Hey everyone, this is Sanyoung and I'm half amazing. So this Christmas, one of my gifts was a DNA test, an ancestry test. And this is important for me because I don't know much about myself and where I'm from. I mean, my mom, when I was young, told me that her side of the family was German and Irish, I believe, and then my dad is obviously adopted from Korea. And so I thought it would be really exciting just to see what my DNA has inside, which is really weird and I'm kind of nervous. This is the first time I'm seeing this, and so I'm really nervous. 40% Korean, that's weird. I mean, I thought it would at least be half since my dad is Korean, but I don't know, let's view report. How does this work exactly? What am I supposed to click on here? Let's look at this. Okay, descended from Celtic, Saxon, and Viking ancestors, the people of Great Britain and Ireland have left their genetic fingerprints around the world. We predict you had ancestors in the United Kingdom within the last 200 years. Okay, that is so interesting. The darker regions represent places where you have DNA in common with more people who report ancestry from that particular region. The strongest ancestry in Greater London, Manchester, Glasgow. Glasgow? My mom always said that I was Irish, but it looks like most of my ancestors are coming from London? 25%. That's not a small number, I guess. Wow. So, does that mean I could be Scottish? Because that would be actually really awesome, because I love Scottish accents. I think they're so awesome, and I would say Irish would probably be my second favorite. Going back, French and German, 14%. 14 only? I knew that I had some ancestors from Switzerland. Okay, let's view report. Let's see, 14%. Okay, mostly Switzerland. Yeah, I knew that. So, I've always known that I was from a part of Switzerland. 26 administrators, we found the strongest evidence in Vaud. Huh. Okay, Germany, possible match. East Asian and Native American. I know I'm Korean for sure. Right. Let's see what area. I'm so curious about this because if it tells me the area, wouldn't that be so cool? Like if I could know where my relatives are from? Seoul. Really? Well, I knew that. Okay. So at least it's not North Korea. They're findable, at least. We did not detect enough evidence of recent ancestry from North Korea. I'm not North Korean, guys. There were so many kids when I was younger that were like, are you from the good one or the bad one? I don't know. Japanese. I am 2% Japanese! Oh my gosh, that's so weird! I guess there's a lot of crossover in these Asian countries because of the interactions that they've had, the colonization and the moving, and so I guess that makes sense. What is this? Okay, so Korean, most recent, obviously, because my dad's from Korean. I'm still confused about the Irish thing. What is my life? I guess Minnesota and Iowa has a lot of Irish people, and St. Patty's Day was always a huge thing, and my mom used to tell me, like, make sure to wear your green, you know, and at my school, too, they were like, you have to wear green, otherwise someone's gonna, like, hit you or something. I don't remember exactly what the punishment was, but there was a punishment for not wearing green. So it could be someone from the UK who moved, or it could be someone from somewhere else who moved to the UK, maybe? I know that this area has a lot of history of a lot of, like, in here, you can read about, you know, the crossovers and the moving for farming. I love it! It's so interesting. Lancashire? Cambridgeshire. Oh my gosh, the Shire. Lincolnshire. There's so many shires. I didn't realize that. Okay, so I don't know anything about the UK, like at all, and so this is all new to me. Highly likely match. Yes, it is a highly likely match. From Seoul. I was hoping that, like, maybe this would tell me what region, but if it's from Seoul, I mean, that's a lot of people to go through. And my Korean last name, or my dad's last name, is Kim. So finding family is gonna be really hard. I just found this like haplogroup thing, and it's like descendants, like how my descendants got to where they are, and I thought that that's also really interesting, so I want to look at that. So I've been looking at this. This is kind of this one group and how they came from this area of Africa. So what I thought was really funny is you and King Richard III are descendants of a European woman who lived around 13,000 years ago. I think there's also paternal, which is my dad's. And this one will be interesting, I think, if it has anything useful. In here, Y chromosomes, I do not have paternal haplogroups. So do I need my brother to do this? Gosh dang it, so it'd be really interesting to know. Neanderthal, ancient humans who interbred with modern humans. I have 299 Neanderthal variants. This is more than 84%. The highest is 397, so whoever... Okay, you have one Neanderthal variant associated with having straighter hair. Let me tell ya, it looks like my hair is straight, but that's because every day I straighten it, and also I get perms in Korea because my hair is like... Locations of your DNA relatives. Wow, lots in California. Well, that's predictable. Everyone's in California. Yeah, when I was looking at the other people, there was no Asians on here, and my guess is that this, whatever it is probably sold mostly in the US and or English-speaking regions. Yeah, it looks like Canada and the US is mainly where this is sold, and so other people don't really do it, and that's why I can't find anything, which is kind of upsetting. Your DNA relatives are 75% more likely to make New Year's resolutions. 67% more likely to think that fresh cilantro tastes like soap. 43% more likely to be able to decide splits. I used to be able to do those. I just wish that this had been a little more helpful, because, I mean, yes, I get to connect with people, and it does tell me my mom's, side of the family, but the thing that I was most hoping that it would answer was my dad's, but apparently to get those questions answered, it might be better to have my brother do this because he's got the Y chromosome and I don't. So, yeah, that's the only other thing that I discovered. The health one I don't have because I did not buy that, and I'm kind of scared to know. I don't want to suddenly learn I have cancer. Okay, so after a long time of consideration, I asked my mom about this because I was really curious as to why, my grandparents would say that I'm Irish. It said that I'm not at all, but I have found evidence. So I called my grandma, my mom called my grandma and asked her, where did you get that information? How did you know that? And my grandfather's grandfather, I think, my grandfather's grandfather was 100% Irish. He did not immigrate. He wasn't the one to immigrate. He was born in the US, but he was 100% Irish. His first name was Lee. His last name was, oh gosh, I cannot pronounce this. McEwen. I kind of knew most of this stuff from the beginning. So being, Korean and being from Seoul was not a new information to me. In my dad's old reports, they said they found him in, Gangnam or whatever, the West Gangnam police station, wherever that is, and so he must be from around this area. I think the more interesting one was discovering the European side. I knew I was Swiss, and I thought I was mostly Swiss. That was my understanding. My mom told me that her grandfather used to read them the Bible in German and stuff like that, and so I knew I was German, but 14% seems like not a lot, which is weird. So yeah, that was my ancestry report. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this interesting as well, and I recommend, if you're curious about anything about your ancestry, I know it's kind of an expensive thing to do, but if you have a chance and you have the means, try it, because this is quite interesting. That is all. If you liked this video, please press that like button, and if you would like to see more of my videos, please subscribe.